Hello and welcome to Called Bank Sports. I think I hit the record button this time, so we should be good to go. Tonight we will be covering the Utah Jazz and their loss to the Dallas Mavericks by a final score of 111 to 103. But before we get to that, Dale and I just wanted to let you know that we will be doing a giveaway of one of these hats when we get to 500 subscribers. So please follow us wherever you're at. We really appreciate all of your support. And let's get into it. So tonight, the Utah Jazz really struggled and really looked like a team that played yesterday against Oklahoma City and has been on the road for this game that they lost today being their fifth game in a row. Really just looked like they needed an energy boost and just weren't able to have it. I don't know if they ever led. They might have led a tiny bit at the beginning of the game, but just got behind big and were able to make some pushes. But Dallas was just always able to turn back on the gas and extend that lead. Lucas showed why he's one of the best players in the game. Put up 35 points, I believe, and 16 rebounds. Just had a stellar game from him. And Donovan really struggled. He put up 17 points, but he was unable to be efficient when trying to do that. He was 5 for 19 from the field, so just over 25%. 2 for 9 from three, and an okay 5 of 7 from the line. So just a rough game for Donovan. And as Jazz fans, we can't always expect him to be the one coming in and saving the team. He does need help from other guys. And while Bogdanovich and Clarkson both had pretty good nights, Bogdanovich putting up 21 and Clarkson putting up 19, just nobody else on the Jazz was really able to help offensively. Mike Conley was 1 of 7 from the field and only scored 3 points. So when Mike and Donovan just both have such mediocre games, it doesn't spell out success for this Jazz team. And so while, yes, rest-wise, Dallas was absolutely the team with a better chance here and put in a better position, it would have been nice to see the Jazz have more success. And when looking at the team stats, you can just see where Dallas played a significantly better game in pretty much every aspect. There are some places where the Jazz did better, like the Jazz were 19 of 24 from the line compared to 16 of 20 by the Mavs. But when it came to just overall field goal shooting, the Mavericks had a better percentage and were able to get up 5 more shots than the Jazz, and they made 3 more. So if the other team makes more baskets than you, you're probably going to lose. And while 3-point baskets can play into that, the Mavs also made 17 3-pointers compared to 13 3-pointers for the Jazz. So yes, the Mavericks shot a slightly worse percentage from 3 than the Jazz, but because they got up 46 compared to the Jazz's 31, they were just able to absolutely dominate from that perspective. And that's a key reason why they got the win. And along with the fact that the Jazz turned the ball over 14 times to 9 times for the Mavericks, which is something we have grown to expect from the Jazz. But the thing that they really just need to stop, even if they're going to turn the ball over, is allowing so many points off of turnovers. The Mavericks were able to get 19 points off of those 14 turnovers compared to the Jazz only getting 5 points. So when the Jazz were outscored at the 3-point line by 12 points and outscored off of points off turnovers by 14 points, those two stats just make it really hard for the Jazz to be able to win a game. And that's what we saw tonight. We saw the Mavericks, who are fighting for that 4th seed, keep the door open, have a chance to not lose the tiebreak to the Jazz. They can't win that tiebreak, but they are able to take it away if they win the next game, I believe on March 27th, so 3 weeks from now, in Dallas, where the Jazz are again going to be playing on the 5th game of a road trip. And it's, again, going to be a hard road trip. It won't be a back-to-back, but the Jazz will be playing on that road trip. They'll be playing Brooklyn and Boston before they get to the Mavericks. And they'll be playing a Charlotte and a New York team, the Knicks, who, while they're not great, are still probably going to have things that they're fighting for at that point. Maybe not New York, but definitely Charlotte. So that's going to be a tough road trip out east before flying back to Dallas to try to pick up the tiebreak and hopefully close the door on the Mavericks being able to steal the 4 seed. I definitely saw today how I think home court advantage is going to be big for the Jazz in the playoffs. And obviously, they're only going to be able to get that for round 1. it would take a lot for them to be able to sneak up to the 2 or the 1 seed. And I don't even necessarily think that's possible. While the 3 seed is still maybe on the table, Dale and I actually did a video last Saturday about why we don't necessarily know if we want the Jazz to get the 3 seed, since all it does is change who you're playing in the first round, and the 4-5 matchup could be a lot more beneficial for the Jazz than the 3-6 matchup. So if you want to watch that, please check out our channel. We'd really appreciate it. So thank you guys again for watching. Hopefully this video went well. Sorry about, I had one that I forgot to record on, so I think we're good this time around, but thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for just all the support you give us. We really appreciate it. So thanks again, and go Jazz.